Like that intro, you know? Crypto Lifer, a brand you can trust. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. First thing I want to do is, can you open a bottle with a lighter? I've been doing this my whole life since I was like 15, but I don't know if everyone's done it. Simple. Thumb, forefinger like so to create this area here. Then push down, and and there you go. You're right. And I did it off camera. No, I think I got it done right. And you get it done right there. That's how you do it, just in case you weren't sure. This is a fever tree. Never really had much of these. Tastes a little funny. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate it. I don't know why my head is cut off. Always something here. Ooh, what is that? What is that over there? There we go. Sorry about that. Did not to be glowings. Let's take a look at what's happening for BTC. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Hope I'm dressed nicely for you. We got a win. We got a little bit of a win today for Bitcoin. 350 bucks. I'm going to show you how I did it. Could have made more, could have made less, but at least we made some gains. I was looking for this above the 21, on the 21, above the 200 moving average. And Bitcoin got to move to the upside. This was the flag that we were looking for, a move. Stop loss below the low of the pattern, and lo and behold, this would play out. It would sell me out somewhere around there, 66.3, 70, and it would continue to go to 67,700, right? So there was even more gains to be had there had I held on, but that's okay. And then look, a shoulder ahead, right shoulder, you lose the 200, you retest it, you slump to the downside. But if you were in the trading group, despite it being a Saturday, I did show you bulls are looking for a pump here. That was the stop loss below that key area. This would continue to pump to the upside. This trade would play it out beautifully to the upside if you took it. That's the exact trade that I showed you right there. So I did win a trade, folks. I did win a trade. It is what it is. I don't know how. But, you got to trade when there's war, man. You got to get into the gutsiness of it all, right? That's how I feel. Shout out to all my people in Dubai, around the world, Qatar, no matter where you are. Shout out to the poor girls, I believe, in Iran. There was, I don't know if it's 100% true, but I did read it, that a girls' school, 80 girls, possibly between 7 and 12 years old, you know what I mean? But whoever dies, no, we don't want it, right? Human beings, we're so mature now. We're over this, like, why are we shooting weapons at each other? I can't find a reason. I can always find a reason to think it through or to go the other way but to everyone out there, stay safe. Tel Aviv got rocked as well. It looked like it got hit, not immensely, but pretty bad. Bad enough. All right, it looks like a few missiles did get through there to Tel Aviv, and they sent a barrage. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. And then it's back and forth over whether the whether the their supreme ruler there, that he's not really he's the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, right? Khamenei, I think, am I saying it, Khamenei? But it looks like he may have been taken out, right? There's not guaranteed proof, but it looks like some people say there is, some people say there isn't. So it is what it is. We'll go from there. But things are happening. Things are moving fast. And Bitcoin took a nice pump back to the upside because it looked like it was all-out war. When you saw it was just a simple attack, I think Bitcoin bounced right back. In the middle of the night, it looked like all-out war. Sent Bitcoin spring into a sell-off. It got an Adam and Eve double bottom, which is very interesting. That's why technical analysis. Look at this. It made a bull flag here, or an ascending triangle. It broke out beautifully from the ascending triangle. Go back to the 1 minute time frame. There's my strategy right there playing out. You're 21 above the 200. We watched this on the live stream this morning, if you remember. And when I saw it get tight, I ended up getting in right here with a stop below here. And that played out beautifully. And I gave it to the trading group, right? So I have an eye for this. I can find a trade with my eye. I really can. I can see it happen before it happens. There's that dip right there. You can see it, right? There's the trough. You enter here. You put your stop below that low, and you never get taken out. You're still in this trade. So anyway, I'm just, proof of proof. Proof is in the pudding. That's time-stamped. It's in the Discord. If you kicked it with the Crypto Lifer, went to cryptolifer.com, you would have learned my sauce, understood why I was long, and possibly went long yourself with the education in which you've learned with the Lifer. That's an entry. That's an entry. That's an entry. That's an entry. Those are all entries on my, because they're flags above the 200, touching the 21. Every one of these is an entry. That's an even nicer flag. There was scalps all day, so someone could have just had a bot that scalped this, or again, like I got into precision. Once the 1 minute starts to move, you move on into the 5 minute time frame, and you can express this on the 5 minute. You can express it on the 7 minute. You can express it on the 15, above the 15 now, touching the 200. Now you want to see, hey, could you make a move and stay above this? Then you could go the length. You have to consolidate to continue. You don't just out of nowhere continue. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 times, but it's rare. Most of the time, you have to do some work for the next move. Okay? And this kind of bear flag, this got a lot of people off guard, this monster move up. But if you knew my strategy with the 1 minute and the 200, you were able to capitalize on that. So I can teach you how not to get rocked. Like basically, the masses are getting destroyed. Most people got rocked today in short squeeze. They short the market on fear. They woke up in fear. They lived with emotions. They shorted the market. They got demolished. You know, we don't use emotions here. We use strategy. We use things that have been back tested for years on end. Look, that's a head and shoulder. That dumped. 200 moving average looks like a culprit, or possibly this POC with some resistance. Look how I'm always referencing support and resistance in conjunction with the VRVP, with the moving averages. Pulling fibs, drawing patterns, getting it in. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. Do you do it? Every single day, 7 days a week, baby. Let's go. Shout out to God is Love. I was missing you for a while. I was missing you, man. The stock market was taking Bitcoin down next week. Wow, that guy says for sure. You know what we want, though? We want Bitcoin to dump next week, and I'm going to explain why in detail tonight as we go over Bitcoin and the monthly candle close. The monthly candle close. Let's take a look at what's happening to BTC on the monthly candle here as we just closed the colossal candle for February. And we're going to move into March. All right. Not just yet everywhere around the world, but in Greenwich, England, where this candle closes at 12 o'clock at night. Let's take a look at the monthly candle and break it down and see what's happening tonight for Bitcoin. It opened for the month at 78,678. Even wouldn't we love to be back there at the open? Oh my gosh. The high was 79,339, climbed out. We almost did it. The low was $60,001 evens. The candle closed at 66,967 and 85 cents, down $11,600 on the month, down 14.55% for Bitcoin. Massive dump for BTC. Not what you want to see. Not a beautiful sight here. We need this candle. So monthly candle for March, right? You want it to have a wick. So we want a nice dump. We want to dump down to like 63.2. We don't want to go lower than here, than like 58, but it would be nice to dip into the 50s. Why am I saying that? Well, when you look at all the green monthly candles, the best ones, you know, there, this one, they have a nice little dump at first. And if that's a monthly candle, then it probably opened in the first week. It took a dumpage. You can actually zoom in and look at this. Like, let's take a look at this monthly here. So we're going to put a blue line up. And we're going to put a blue line on either side of this monthly candle. We're going to zoom into the weekly. And we're going to look at this monthly candle by weeks, right? So you can say the first week of the month, it started dumping or came back and retraced. So there was most of that week was probably red. Next week started to produce the pump and it came on out. But the first week here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, because it takes 2 of the other week, you know. So this was basically, let's see. Yeah, so October. Yeah, so it shares a weekly candle because the weekly candles closed in different parts of the week. You get what I'm saying? Which is kind of strange, but. Point is, you did start a dump first. You recovered, continue to pump. The monthly candle wants to have a dump at the beginning of the month. So the first week could be bearish. That would be a bullish sign for Bitcoin. You'd kind of want a bit of a dump here. You'd want to stay down here until Thursday, Friday. Get some type of retracement. So the first thing we look at is the monthly candle did close bearish. Suggests that the next monthly candle will be bearish. It doesn't say anything bullish for Bitcoin, right? It's not a bullish candle. It's a bearish close. It suggests that Bitcoin will continue its slump. And look, it lost. It's like on a high volume node, but lower. It says Bitcoin could head to $42,000 BTC. You take a look at the 2-week chart. The 2-week chart still looks bearish too. We have a lot of support and resistance kicking it with us here. Mainly right there. See resistance, resistance. Bit of a bounce here. Resistance there. That area is strong. You lose that node. Look, the next thing you're sticking out there is 43,000 on the VRVP on the 2-week chart. We go to the weekly. Weekly bouncing near the 200 moving average. You know, like you expect at least to bounce, but sideways. Like what I was telling people, it just looks like we're going to make a bear flag and continue to dump. 38K to 41,000 still looks likely to me, and it's on the radar. Do you see? Are you picking up what I'm putting down, people? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Shout out to my man. There's my man Marcus in the chat. Your brain will begin to love TA. Marcus, I love you. You will get it. Grind, baby. No days off. Shout out to Zab Life in the house, man. Thank you for hooking me up today in the studio. We had fun, man. It's fun to work. It's fun to grind, man. It's fun to get it in. And may God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Blessings on blessings for you. And, yeah, man, I wish the best for you. I think about you like an angel. Wish, ready to just begin a beautiful life, man. Sam, what chance do you get to total societal collapse? Genuine question. Unlikely now with the way we have AI, Yeah, enough crazy people will fall off to the side, but enough people can always rebuild fast enough now too. So yeah, I don't live inside of negative ideas. You know what I mean? We can replay the pump of today and teach us how not to long the top. Yeah, why did you long the top? I showed you how to long. Take that, You smell what the lifer's cooking, amen. Do you smell what Bitcoin's cooking? But seriously, great time in the studio today. I felt good. Got a lot of work done. Ended up hitting that trade, which was good. I thought I didn't. Unbelievable. So, we're looking for this. We need a green candle next to a red one here on the weekly, really, unless we're going to continue down. I see a bear flag that comes down close to the 21, takes 5 to 6 weeks, and then continues to collapse. I'd love it if we inverted head and shoulder here, and this becomes the bottom. Reasons for the bottom. Number one, did I buy like this is the bottom? Yes, I did. Why? Sam, why did you buy? Let's just say, I'm not going to say exactly how much I bought. Let's just say it was between 100 and 200 grand. Sam, why did you buy between 100 and 200,000 dollars worth of Bitcoin here? When you know it could go lower. Because if I buy it here, I can only lose, I think, about 50 grand in unrealized gains. Which in cryptocurrency, someone like me, I've been through millions before. So that's just nothing. So to me, buying right here is almost like a must. And if it comes down here, I'll just continue to buy. And if you even get a chance, usually it wicks to the bottom. And it's not there more than an hour. You know what I'm saying? Everyone acts like the bottom's going to be something they can camp out at, but that's never the case. Like, look at this thing. That was quick. It's the last chance you could have got at 60K. Now, I bought all around here. They gave us some time here, 10, 20 hours to really start accumulating between 62, 63, 61 right here, 64. So like there was, and then once we got up back here and we started playing around, I was like, well, I already bought all the Bitcoin I needed. So I'm not really buying right now because I felt like I scooped lower. If we lose 60K and start coming down here, I start buying more. Why? Why am I so why is it so simple for me? Because I got a 10-year plan for Bitcoin. The Bitcoin I buy, I will not look at, or, I'll look at every once in a while, make sure it's safe, this and that. But for the most part, not really. Like, I'm just going to make sure in 10 years, it's in a place where I could possibly borrow off of it. That's the idea. Get it into some type of cash flowing asset and continue to move. Yeah. I also think you don't want any over there, but enough of it. Yeah. I don't know what they're saying. And if it wicks heavily, I buy heavily too. Yeah. So that's kind of where I sit with BTC. And then as you can see, I'm able to scalp it on smaller time frames, and even 350 on a Saturday to me is a blessing. Yeah. Come on, man. If I bought at 90, I'm definitely going to buy at 64. My man. Anyway, so let's kind of continue this. So I see the weekly going sideways and continue to dump. If we get a green candle next to a red one, I'll change my tune. We'll start to see something different. I might even take a long. 5-day chart finally does have a green candle next to a red one. That could be the bottom for the 5-day chart. It could be. That's how it will start. 3-day chart also doing a tweezer bottom, which is, and getting some wickage here. Could present a possible double bottom back to the upside in the daily time frame, which has been so difficult for me to really kind of pinpoint. Because I feel like it's had a few different ideas inside of itself here. Let's get rid of the projection. I don't need that anymore. In my mind, the daily's in a descending triangle. You can see it. And it left the descending, came back inside, and it faked us up, it faked us down, and now it's back ready. These patterns generally dump to the downside, but it's also kind of shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So I got some mixed signals. These patterns generally dump. Figured it could come and make a low here. That would be a bigger divergence. You'd get the low to 55,000 that everybody wants. Everyone keeps saying, I want 55, I want 55. Will you buy it when it comes there? I know I will, but I know a lot of people that say they will, but probably won't. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say they're going to buy it at 55, but they're not going to buy it. It's getting hot in here. I got this little fan, man, that really bumps for a little fan. I'll tell you that. Can cool a man down, man? Can you cool a man down, eh? Sweating over here, man. It's been hot in the studio all day. We've been grinding. So, look, I mean, and also kind of a head and shoulder here, too, right? I gotta say, it looks like a lower high for me on the daily. And again, it could get tight and still break out. It could get tight and break down. It's turning into a symmetrical triangle that could go 50-50. They mainly break to the downside. Thank you. Sweating like a chocha. I don't know if I should say it. What language is that? Korean? I said Korean. Chachadita! Oh my God. I don't know what I said. My wife is looking at me stupid now. My wife and me are going to Jamaica next week, man. Are you really too? I bet you are. Enjoy, man. Enjoy, brother. I took a trade on Forex. Should I close? It's up to you, man. Do whatever makes you happy. I'll never tell you what to do. Enjoy that trip, man. And I'm sorry, man. Everybody, I know this. I try to be friendly here. It is Saturday night, but dang, I'm like, I guess I made a mistake there. I'm so sorry. Sam, do you have other creative projects going on that's not related to crypto? Yo, man, you're doing the right thing, man. You've always been a good man to your woman, man. A loyal, wonderful husband, brother. You can't respect a man that doesn't respect his wife, man. You know what I mean? There's something going on there. So God bless you, brother. That's my buddy Marcus from another, my brother from another. So the daily doesn't look amazing. I mean, the 12-hour doesn't look amazing. The daily doesn't look amazing. Kind of looks like a head and shoulder pattern if we really get into it here from the 8-hour to the 12-hour time frame. I like this. We'll see. We're going to keep zooming in here to see if there's something else. It is a double bottom. We could continue. Excuse me. On the bigger time frames, maybe we get a breakout here to the upside like this. We get a pump somewhere up to here. It could happen. What, you made a mistake, you're human. Amen. Hey, thank you, man. I know, but I gotta keep it like, it's the brand, you know what I mean? I can't be off brand, My team's gonna whip me with 5 lashes tomorrow. No, but seriously, this is a symmetrical triangle. They mainly break to the downside. We're getting tighter and tighter. They're probably gonna drag this thing out. And they mainly dump it. They probably pump it, fake it, dump it, fake it, then dump it. Or dump it, pump it, then bump. It's just like they did before here. So we're going to get tight inside the zone, possibly for the next 30 hours here for Bitcoin, and possibly more to the downside now that we got the nice sprout back to the upside the last 16 hours there for Bitcoin. 4 hour also giving us a tweezer top. Signs of kind of a double, a head and shoulder pattern there. A lower high as well. And then here we are with the 1 hour time frame. It is battling the 200 if it can stay above it, but so far for the 21-day moving average. And same here with the 15-minute time frame. So if you're bullish, folks, if this is a real move that's going to continue, and I think in times of war, people would be buying more Bitcoin because then you can run out of your country. You can do whatever you want. I feel like war would promote Bitcoin or any type of, uncertainty. So this is what we're looking for. In the next few hours, we may get this too, and we may get more volatility on the weekend than normal because of what's happening in the geopolitical space. This could be in our favor when it comes to day trading, not to be rude, but just, and the weekends for some reason, I've been making money on Friday to Saturday night, right? Sunday night and Sunday was the other night we made money. Shorting and longing in one day with the 3,500. It was amazing. So let's see. Take you to 72.5 about. So here's the deal. You got to stay above the 50. If the 15-minute loses the 200, this whole thing is a nil. And it's literally probably going to do what I'm saying. So if we lose the 15-minute 200 in the next hour or two, it's probably just going to do this and go sideways. Maybe it bearishly retests. Look out for that. If it comes up and goes here, then there's a chance this thing continues to pump. So there's still a chance for a pump here for Bitcoin. This would be a swing trade. Entry would be somewhere above the 266.6 even. And again, you do whatever makes you happy. I'm just projecting my own thesis here. My stop would be right there. Below that wick, that's below the 200 moving average. Right. Yep. It's a 5-to-1. So 100 for $5. It's almost like a no-brainer after the win today. You risk a third of the win and just go to see if you make more. For me, you do whatever. This is a reality show of my life, and this is what I do. Remember, when I showed you the win, I was trading on weeks. Up here, you can trade on BTCC and MEXC, 3 exchanges that I absolutely love. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah. Someone said I call PZ. No, someone asked me about PZBCN. It did look like it was going to break out. Like, I didn't like the chart, but I said it did look like it was going to break out, remember? Like, I wasn't on board with the project, but we knew about this thing when it was like a $30,000 market cap. So that's done like a 30x, really, from when we were looking at it, right? Someone kept telling me to watch it. It's going to move, whatever. I wasn't really into it. But I mean, boy, and it looked like it was going to pump. It was at a tight flag. Look at that. I didn't need any indicators, just patterns. Shout out to Underground Crypto in the house, man. God bless you. Thank you so much for being here, hanging out. Thank you so much for the $1.99. Yeah, oil blasting off, silver and gold. Of course, silver and gold are going to be ripping when we come back in. And the markets in the futures open again Sunday night there for sure. Let's take a look at gold too, as it's, it ended the week just doing beautiful. 52.80 and just continuing to rip to the upside. That's that gold, baby, gold. And if you took the gold trade with me, you were up in the money. Booming to the upside here. My trade's up 1,500 and continuing 37% gains here for BTCC. And it's still continuing to moon. That's that gold, baby, gold. Bitcoin looking good too, out of the small pocket there to the upside. Wow, Bitcoin and gold just taking it to 52.74 was the high of the day. Unreal. Yeah, I see that gapping up when we start up trading again. Again. So massive war dump in the middle of the night. Turn into a huge pump back to the upside for Bitcoin. 15-minute looking to kind of hold its weight here above the 200 moving average. Possibly turn the night into something a little different here. That would be a legendary buy right there with a stop below the 200. Getting into the trade right now on a Saturday night. Normally I wouldn't do it, but there's volatility tonight due to the geopolitical unrest. And that could actually give you, like I said, it could give you a step up if you're swing trading. So we look at this idea here. I'd like to get to 71,262. Stop would have to be below the 200 moving average, you see? Preferably before that low, like I said before. 65,666. Or 660. And they're like a 200 for 1,000 would be perfect. Am I going to take it right now? I think it's a little high risk right now. It could easily right shoulder and dump and take me out. I should, I technically should wait. Now, here's the thing. I've waited before and it's pumped out of nowhere. And I've missed out. And I felt like kind of whatever. I've waited for it to get here. I've gotten in and it's traded perfectly. I've waited here, got in and it's dumped on me. And I've gotten in here and it's dumped on me. I've gotten in here and it's traded perfectly. Most of the time, the best position for me in all these scenarios, because I've taken them all, is to wait for it to get to here to get in. I've learned my lesson. So, and you probably see me too. I've done this all in the live as well. So, and remember, we trade gold, silver. Jump into CryptoLifer.com. Say, oh, but I trade Forex. CryptoLifer.com. Oh, but I trade gold and silver. CryptoLifer.com. Oh, but I only trade Bitcoin and crypto. CryptoLifer.com. Oh, but I only trade. We trade every single market in the world with my strategies. We will get you equipped and ready for any single market, I'm telling you. Then you'll just have to understand who you are and handle your own emotions and what you're doing with yourself, right? But I can give you the markets, man. I can teach you the markets. I can show you what they're doing, how they're doing it, when they do it, what's likely going to happen, when it happens, and really get you in tune. I know I can, because I'm so in tune, and anybody that knows me and anyone that watches this show is in tune. We figured that we could see the squeeze today before it happened based on my strategies. We knew if you watched me for years, you could have seen it. You could have called it yourself. All right. Most of the time it works, 70% of the time. All right. Well, that's TA. Nobody's 100% of the time. But you're going to be able to see the direction. Then it's just like, can you make it happen? You know what I mean? I dropped my mouse, man. I had a little guardrail for the mouse, but it just doesn't want to hold it. Just doesn't want to hold it in there. This cryptic deep house is a little much for me here. That's all right. And I don't want anyone to stress there in Dubai. I think you're going to be fine. Everyone's like, there's all this like people making fun of people living in Dubai. Oh, you thought you were safe. Now there's missiles everywhere. I mean, you know what I did? I was in Dubai for a week. And when I was there, I kept looking at the map and I was like, Iran's right there. Like it's right across the water, man. Like, and I was like, damn, I'm so close to like a part of the world that has so much conflict right now. And that was even back in April, you know what I mean, of last year. It's almost a year. It feels like I was just there. That was the fastest year of my life, folks. I remember just getting excited knowing I had to fly to Dubai. Then I had to fly to Massachusetts. Then I had to get back. I had to fly to Dubai, come home. Fly to Massachusetts, come back. Fly to Las Vegas, come back. Fly to Massachusetts for the summer. Had all these flights in my head getting ready, and I kept planning each one in my head. How I was going to go, and when I finally made it through it all, how I was going to feel. Flights, man, sitting in those little, whatever. They were beautiful business class flights. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining, but you're still shaking in a little capsule just for 15 hours. The flight to Dubai was, Singapore was crazy. I'm so happy I made the trip though and was able to see a different part of the world, man. It made me look at America differently a little bit, but it also made me really appreciate Florida. Florida's not even America. I think Florida feels so much different than like America's America. Then you got Florida, man. Florida's like its own place. So wow, Bitcoin's getting a nice bounce, and look, right off the 200, you're getting a golden cross there on the 15-minute. You see that? You front run those, baby. That wick to the 200, that entry right there with a stop below this wick could have been a beautiful. That's a supportive resistance too, because you have resistance and resistance. You got double resistance. You snatch the top one. You lay below. Could be beautiful. Khomeini confirmed. So it's confirmed the committee is dead now. I was pretty sure it was, right? And I'll just double check as well, but thank you for that. Where did you get your information? And that's their supreme religious leader, right? You get it? Like, that's like killing the Pope. Yeah, he's been confirmed dead by Iranian state media. Yes. This confirmation came after multiple international outlets, including Reuters, BBC, Fox, cited sources indicating Khamenei was killed in a joint U.S.-Israel missile strike at his compound in Tehran. Operation Epic Fury was the name. And it makes you wonder if he's your top leader and he can die. It scares the entire. See, this is what happens. This is how you shake the mental framework of a regime. They say they have this, they say they have that, right? So okay. So there's a conflict. And then you think they're the most important person in their country would stay safe, right? The conflict starts in 10 hours. The most important part of your country is gone. It doesn't give the rest of the military a lot of confidence, right? It's like, well, if they can take him out, then they can definitely take me out. Maybe I should just surrender right now before I'm dead, because it makes me feel like I'm dead already, right? Like, think about it. If I was in some country and they took out, a guy that, if he's a supreme leader, you think he would have had like a bunch of, like he should have had drones, should have been in like, a steel door that you can't open. You know what I mean? He should have been in something that like some type of vault. He should have been stashed in some vault with like 1,000 troops around him in a palace somewhere, right? Right. Trump playing no games this time around. I slot my TP in the red, all my positions. Am I wrong? Your TP in the red? I don't know if that's... It's up to you, man. I slot my TP in the green. I don't even like calling it my TP. It sounds a little weird. You know what I mean? So I'm not into it. Like, a lot of people think it's funny. I just move my TP up to the... It's a take profit, man. It's not toilet paper. This is looking like it could be a move here, though. It really looks like it could be a move here. I could take the long now. If I lose it, I'm still up $100 in the day. And I like this hard bounce off the 200. It's strong. And the more we get the bounce, the kind of... Let me just see if this plays out. We'll come up, we'll come down. I may never get it cheaper than here. You see? Unless they wick it. Could still roll over with the right shoulder, though. I'm kind of like, I'm getting a little above my britches. Go long, it's party time. They would plan a close informant long ago. That's why Papa always said, never trust no one ever. I know, right? I remember the laws for Dubai. You had to be somewhat quiet. Yeah, Dubai's a great country, but it's not like living in New York City. It's not like living in Boston. You don't feel free. People say, oh, but there's guns and all this. I mean, whatever you want to say, man. I love Dubai. It was a fun time. I think shout out to the king. Shout out to what he's doing over there. Shout out to everything. It's clean. It's beautiful. But, someone who grows up in Boston and I ran through the woods and I want to find myself down a side street just hanging out and just, you know what I mean? It's just not the same. It's not the same. You don't feel the same, I can't explain it, but it just... If you grew up in New York City and then you live in Dubai, they're like two different worlds, man. All right? Yeah, the affinity is cool, the luxury is cool, but it's at the one point, it's like all you can do is go in and out of your high... You can go into your high penthouse looking place. You can come out with your fancy car. You can drive it to the valet to wherever you're going to go, 20 to 30 minutes, probably no more than 40 minutes you're driving at the most. You're going to be in some traffic. And they're going to give you your car. You're going to go to dinner. You're going to go to lunch. You're going to walk through an air-conditioned mall. You're going to be in man-made space, man-made space, man-made space, man-made space, man-made space. Back in the car, back to the luxury hotel. You know what I mean? And then just like a year's going to go by, 2 years is going to go by, and you're going to be like, when was the last time I went? Like here I could take a plane up to New Hampshire, and I could go into the White Mountains, and I could take a trail no one's been on for 50 years. Or I could go down a little sideway, and I could jump into a waterfall. Yeah, I could get killed by a bear, too. I get it, but... same with here in Florida. Like, I can go to the Keys. I can go to all these places. I could really get into nature. I could touch the sand. Dubai's cool, but it's all man-made and stuff. It's just... And I'm not trying to hate on if you live in Dubai, it's beautiful, man. Don't get me wrong, but just wasn't this. I just didn't get the same vibe that I got here on like the East, like the whole East Coast of America, from Florida all the way up to Maine. I mean, there's so much adventure to be had. There's so many little side roads you can end up on that no one would know you were on. There's so many little country spots. There's little hikes you could take where you could be the only one looking over a mountain all night. You could have like 1,000 acres to yourself. I guess I'm just used to that type of freedom here in America, That's what I'm about with the music. That's what I'm about. Nice little pump here off the 200, man. This thing looks pretty good. It's steaming. It's steaming pretty nice. I like what I'm seeing. I like what I'm seeing. But can you flip it while you dip it? That's the question. Can you flip it while you dip it? And nobody knows for sure. We find out today on the Crypto Lifer Show, right? That's a strong pump, man. I told you, I had a feeling I should have got in there. Really was getting FOMO about jumping in. I really was. It just looked right. It still could be a right shoulder, though. They could be playing me on a Saturday night. They could be playing me here on a Saturday night. There's a huge possibility they are. So I have to just be very careful here. But wow, what a strong pump. You could say, hey, maybe it's just the bull flag and you're missing out on the next generational pump here. It's going to start and just start ripping. You should have jumped in. Now I'm going to chase if I jump in, and then it turns into a right shoulder. Then they dump me, and then my risk is high. But damn, I already would have been up on the trade had I snatched it. You guys told me to get in, too. You told me to get in. Grass in my DNA, and unfortunately, Dubai won't be on my list unless I take a tea break. Yeah, you might go and hang out for a couple weeks. It's a cool destination for 3 weeks, maybe a month. Or you go to it you go to it 3 times a year for a couple weeks. You spend 6 weeks in Dubai a year. I think that's cool. I could handle it. To me, that's about it. And most people that are rich, they live in Dubai too. They're leaving they're traveling around the world too. Wow, that's a monster candle to the upside. And again, it's the strategy, 21 above the 200, getting the move. This is what I teach my students. Now, this has clearly gone above and beyond what I thought it was going to do in the last few minutes here. I was looking for the pump, but man, that's monumental. And again, above the 200 moving average on the 1 minute. Boom. It's crazy how the 200 creates these. You'll start the pump, but the 21 in the flag, look, there's the flag, 21. Stochastics are low. When the stochastics curve, you get the move. You couple my strategies with the stochastics RSI, you start getting bacon on the beach, baby. Telling you, man. The energy is high tonight. I hope you can feel it. I hope you can vibe with it. Hope you're having a good time. We got to spread positivity and love through the world right now. Everybody is bugging out, acting silly. This is the channel to be at. 800 people here on this beautiful live stream on a Saturday night. I love that the Saturday night stream is bumping right now. It's got me happy, got me going. Thank you. Hey, my trade is up 6% now, setting a trade stop loss and letting it ride. That's the plan, Jorge. Free trades, baby. No risk, man. I got you. Crypto Cash, man. I got a video for you. I'm going to post to the trading group. I opened the box. We recorded it. The kids love the bunnies. Trying to see if there's a bunny around here that made it into the studio. Now they're where the kids are. They've been playing with those things, man. They love those things. I'm still in the gold trade. Yes, it's been an amazing trade. It's going to take weeks, bro. We got to have discipline with that trade. I'm going to guide myself through it. You can watch me guide through it, and maybe it'll help you guide yourself through it. We can guide ourselves through it together. Good evening, man. We still here, baby. Shout out to my crypto livers. Put a 333 if you still here, baby. If you're not fazed by this market, if you're still buying Bitcoin and you're ready to be here till 2037, baby, let's go and beyond. No. There we go. Shout out to everybody. Yes, we're doing Bitcoin Vegas this year, and I have a link if you want to jump on in to the Bitcoin conference to grab a ticket. I believe this link will push it in there for you. Immense all the 333s. I'll put it in again, but this is it right here. Jump on in today to Bitcoin Las Vegas. It's going to be the exact dates here, just so you know. They got Bitcoin hung April 27th, 28th, and 29th. Okay? April 27th, 28th, and 29th at the Venetian Hotel. That's where it was last year. It was amazing. People had, rooms in the Venetian. They came down to the Venetian. It was easy. It was simple. You go back to your room, get ready. It made it very nice to be able to be at the event and at your, it was just very nice. Yeah. I've met you at every conference, Nashville and Vegas. My man, God bless you. Shout out to all the people that have met me at all the conferences. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And we're looking to get a speaking role here this year at Bitcoin Vegas if we can. It looks like I may be able to get in there. I should be. I just never go too hard at it. I should bring the new Ashton out. Yes, you should. And definitely take me out on a drive, man. I'll take you to dinner. You whip us around on the Ashton. I want to be in style when I go. You should pick me up from the airport in the Ashton Martin, bro. That'd be so baller. Email us, cryptolifers at Gmail. If you want to pick me up from the airport in the Ashton Martin, I'd be down for that. Sounds like an amazing idea. I would never say no to that. Like, who's that guy getting picked up in the Ashton Martin? Like, hey, that's the lifer. He got connects. Don't worry about it over here. He knows everybody in every city around the world. Hey, back up. International traveler. I might go to Singapore this year. It's possible. All the way around, but it's going to be in like September, right? So that's going to be in a long time from now. With my leg now, I'm just trying to get through 1 week at a time when it comes to my leg, right? 1 day at a time. Right? Yeah. Maybe I'll bring the new, swing that Ashton up to Canada and pick me up too. Someone says, why is Bitcoin pumping? It's doing damage, man. Damage cheese, baby. Because it's above the 200. Don't worry about it. Just trade it, baby. So alive. I will replace our red Supreme Leader with Lifer. There's only one room for one Supreme Leader. You're so crazy. I love you. Shout out to Kim Jong. Man, you're funny, man. Thank you. I love that you love us, Kim. I know. Don't tell anybody, but yeah. Dude, tag Dumpster Davin, man. I love you, bro. Shout out to Mr. Butters Trading, RC Moore, all the OG lifers, Boosted Flames, Golden Pockets, Steve-O. I love it. Rambo Mart 83. And my man, God is love me, love you. Yeah, ETH might get its first weekly candle in a long time. XRP pumping, everything getting a bit of a move here tonight. And, that DXY is going to continue to kind of push down. And that's what we talked about. You really want to see the macro technical analysis video. And look, today I still gave, even though the market was flat, it looked like nothing was going to happen. We got some volatility due to geopolitical unrest. Gave us volatility. See, there's always opportunity if you're looking for it, folks. XRP really struggling if you look at it a bit, but just like Bitcoin, if Bitcoin can reverse, so could XRP. Looks very ugly right now, but kind of like, it's digging out. I do like the 15-minute, how it did break out here, but lower volume on the Saturday night, is that going to continue? If it does, it says you can get to 150, 149. Yeah. I trade everything, man, when the time is right. Exactly. Someone said, what happened to Zcash? Let's take a look. It's been a long time. I think it was getting used for nefarious reasons, and then it just got sold off. Let's take a look at it. Let's do a top-down analysis on it and really kind of soak it in. First thing I want to look at is Zcash is I want to take a look here at this Fibonacci and see that it retraced somewhere about, pretty close to the 786 Fibonacci retracement. Got a bounce. Previous resistance is the bounce there. Bang. Bang. Bang, right? I love to see that. And then we go to the weekly chart. Weekly chart also bouncing off the 786. Almost a bit of a double bottom there. And then getting very tight. See this? The weekly suggests it's very oversold. It's at the 786. That's definitely a place where you want to start taking a nibble. If you bought the 786 of everything in your life, you'd be buying the discounts for almost everything, right? So the high probability you wouldn't be buying the top. Well, it says, hey, this could be a good place to start accumulating Zcash. That's just what it says is traditional on on an asset. A huge pump, a retracement to the 786, right? That's just, you see this time and time again. This is the, a tale old as time when it comes to trading. And a double bottom here, right? You're getting some candle bodies. That could be a beautiful entry right now for Zcash. It really could. It looks like a beautiful double bottom that could play out. Is it high risk? Of course. You never know what's going to happen. Could Bitcoin continue to dump? Could we go lower? Yes. Is there a guarantee for this? And you might get in and we might just do this for weeks before we actually ever see a pump. It might take its time. I still believe it's probably a pretty dang good price, though, for Zcash. And it does say that eventually it could get back to 897 over time. It has a use case, so it's not like it's completely nothing, right? Even during that pump, was able to scalp 10% gain on FZ shorting the top. Good for you, man. I love to hear that. There's always opportunity for the mind that's working for it, and the mind that's looking for it, and the mind that can create that the space and the time for opportunity. Look, now if the 5-minute comes back down, gets tight, and this flag, we might have a flag. We might have a nice 2-hour consolidation here. This could be a beautiful, beautiful call later on tonight. It happened last night. It could happen tonight, or today. It could happen. Tomorrow's the Clarity Act deadline too. Somebody said, well, wouldn't that be Monday? How could it be a Sunday? But maybe you're probably right though. I didn't check. Chatista Baba Mata. I don't know what that is, but God bless you. Everybody, thank you. I will replace, yeah. Thank you. Shout out to all the super chats, man. Thank you so much for everyone that super chatted here on the stream. You people are absolutely amazing. Amazon. You people are Amazon. Amazing. Wow, this thing looks like it may just continue to pump on a vengeance. I may have missed my entry there at 66. This may just do something crazy tonight. People may be packing their bags with Bitcoin before things get crazy all around the world from the UAE around. I'm looking for it to bounce and come back down though. Show me some reality here. Oh my gosh, look at that. The second I said it, it just went boom. It makes you see, this is how people get emotional. Well, I have to get in now. Well, I just have to wait for a better trade. But I know I'm going to miss out on a pretty big move here tonight if it does decide to bust. I ain't getting no sleep. Albanians are pumping Bitcoin. You need to hear the hidden news. Albanians versus... Hey, man, my first girlfriend was Albanian and my first New York girlfriend was Albanian. Shout out to the Albanians. God bless you all. Thank you. Careful, double top, possible 15-minute break, 67.5. Find support for higher. If not, go back to 66K. Honestly, this flag looks like it's going to just moon city through this to the upside. It's got some resistance at 69. We might get back to 70K tonight. Who knows, man? This thing could moon. If we see 70K again, it's going to get really bullish. A lot of people are going to say, I told you so. We called the bottom at 60K. I'm not going to say I called the bottom, but I definitely bought the bottom like I should have. I will tell you, I have never seen this hit 5 and not be a bottom. I remember at least for 4 or 5 months at a time. So it'll be the first time in my life that we didn't bottom. So I got to say there's like I say there's a 90% chance that we bottomed at 60K, everyone. I really have to go on a limb and say that. So the crypto lifer basically is suggesting that we bottomed. I guess I have to let it out the bag now. Because I've never seen this at 5 and not be a bottom. It'll be the first time in my life. So I should roll the dice there and tell everyone I believe we bottomed out. Because the odds are so high for me that I'm correct. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I bought the bottom like it was my job. And I didn't play games. Look at this thing. Gone, baby. Gone. Gone. Oh my God, I felt the need to get in there. Oh my goodness. I think it looks like it's going to move now. This was the flag. Like, the breakout was there. The golden cross, you front run it. I saw the 50 coming. I doubled down 10 minutes ago, took half at 68. I love it. I love it. Monday's going to be a super green day for stocks in Bitcoin market. Oil, gold, and silver are going down. Yikes. I don't make predictions like that, but hey, you never know. It's all about the gold and silver are going to go up with Bitcoin. Yeah. I want my grandparents to Albania in 2006 to build a Christian radio station tower. I'd love to go back. That sounds amazing. Many Albanians here with the Crypto Lifer. God bless the Albanian people, man. We love you. I almost married in. It was close. Moments before the pump, I shifted from 40x to 400x. Oh, my gosh. Just a little quick shift over there. A little bit of bear div here as the RSI is pointing down while this points up, but there's movement on the stochastics. Stochastics RSI tell us there's more movement to the upside. 68, 160? Are you kidding me? We just boomed, folks. I mean, Bitcoin just went up $1,500 during the stream. It seems to always pump when I'm live. You ever notice that? Two massive green candles on the 15-minute time frame. Tell me I got in. Just tell me I actually made it. Damn, I was seconds away from making that trade happen. I had a feeling, man. Well, you know what? I hope you took advantage. And if you didn't, I hope you learned something. You didn't have to trade it, but maybe you learned something from the trade. About to say that fan fell off, man. There we go. I guess he got a time limit. A lot of resistance right there at 68,000 that we're sitting at. You can see there's a lot of chop, a lot of resistance. Nice to be back at 68K, though. After being down at 65,000, what, 63,000? That was a pretty big pump, man. Bitcoin making $5,000 moves on the weekend. Seems like nothing, but it's a pretty big move when you think about it. A lot of money to be made. A lot of people getting liquidated. When a lot of people get liquidated, the smart traders can make a lot of money. You know. Let's take a look at Bookmap. Is it showing massive liquidations too as well? If it has any indication of where the bigger liquidity rests. Oh, so that's all you get on that thing? Like a couple minutes, or the battery's dead? That's what. Ah, the battery's done. Cooked. She's cooked. I gotta charge it. Go figure. I mean, that looks like it wants 69 to 70K, right? I mean, the big red is above us right there. Look at that. And so it suggests, 69.5, 69,000. So it suggests that Bitcoin wants to go higher throughout the night. My target's 7180, and I tend to hit my targets a lot. Like 90% of the time, we hit the target. Sometimes I sell early, but I'll find eventually throughout the day we hit the target. That was a beautiful move. I love these type of airy house beats that just make you think about life, like you're floating through space and time, right? I know you love the house. I mean, my lifers, man. Where my lifers at, man? Where my people's at? Help me create a channel that sustain my life. Help me go around the world. Help me do so many things, man. You guys gave me a life worth living. Thank you so much. I will always be grateful, man, to each and every one of you Saturday night watchers too, man. I love y'all. I'm so blessed. Who am I to have a YouTube channel? Who am I to be sitting here with a microphone? I'm so lucky, man. God has blessed me. I am so lucky every single day. I really want to just get on my hands and knees every day and say to everyone, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Without you guys, no exchange would have flown me around the world. No one would have said, hey, we like your channel. No one would have said, we're interested in this and that. My community, man, you guys provided a whole life for me that I've never thought possible. If I was alone just trading, fine, I would have made a few million trading. But I never would have had the experiences that I've had now. With God is Love, when I met him in Vegas. With Lakochi, how we worked together. And how he's told me how much I've helped his life. How Sean tells me that I helped his life. All the people that I work with. Everyone that I've met around the world that have looked me in the eye and say, thank you, Lifer, man. You changed the way I looked at things, man. All the messages I've got. All the emails. Every single testimonial. I am so blessed, everybody. I live a life of abundance, and not because of financial abundance. That's just an aspect, because when you live abundance, every part of it has to be great. And if money's part of your life, then it has to be great. God's not going to let anything slip when you're putting everything in. You get it? So you're going to be rich, but that's not going to be the point. Everyone else isn't rich, so they're going to look at it like that's all that matters because they wish they were rich. You see? But the idea is you're going to be abundant. Your life is going to be abundant. Like someone's going to pick me up from the airport in an hour tomorrow. Whatever, it doesn't matter about the car, but it matters. That experience will be fun. We're going to relate. We're going to have a good time. We're lifers, man. So You know, everything just keeps moving the way it's supposed to when you're on the right frequency. And I can feel it when I'm with my lifers. I can feel it when I go to these places, these conferences. And it's crazy to think the conference is right around the corner. We just had it just the other day. And another one, and another one, and another one. And soon I'll be 50 years old. I've been to 20 Bitcoin conferences. You know what I'm saying? And I cherish every one and all the people that I meet every time. And it's always a blessing. Every single time, it's always a blessing. I don't know if any year will surpass. Last year was amazing what happened. Like last year was just, it flew by, man. It flew by. So many things happened. I bought a new home. I traveled the world. Steak dinners all around the place. It was insane, everybody. I can't. We took lifers out to dinner at the top of Tennessee. Remember in Memphis, Nashville? Feels like yesterday. That'll be 2 years ago soon. It feels like yesterday. Yeah. First time here. God is great. God bless you. We love you for saying that. You just met your tribe, brother. You just came to the right spot. You're going to be here for a long time. I predict that. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you so much. I'm struggling in life financially. I was doing that for years, my man. 420. Maybe you should get off the 420. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. At least for a little while to get your mind straight. You can get back to it at another time in your life. I mean, do it. I'm just, I tell that people because people get scared forever. And that gets them at least to stop for a little while so they can get their mind right, Go back when you're 70 years old, I always tell them. And you'll never go back once you get off, You've given us wisdom. You've given me wisdom. You guys taught me so much about life, about people. So I didn't chase. I was smart. I'm looking for the next flag here for Bitcoin. And that will be the next trade likely. And it is Saturday night. It could just turn into like a reckless, low volume mess. So be careful, please. We had a pretty big move. The announcements have been made. Things might kind of quell down for a little while. It did look like Tel Aviv got hit pretty hard. I hope nobody is hurt in Israel or anywhere around the world. Shout out to anyone, everywhere. Qatar, right? UAE. It's like, yeah, that's what I did. 420 was jading my potential and keeping me from progressing. It really does. It lets you sit in the same place for so long. I have 6 years clean and sober by the grace of God. By the 6th year, you're on another journey, man. Sam, to tell you that I took 5 contracts at 63.2, exited the real pivot at 67, and still hold 3 runners. You sound like a man. That's amazing. Shout out to Black Mamba. We love you, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. I struggle, but I'm rich in mind. I used to say that to myself, and I knew eventually my life was going to catch up to my mindset, and it did. It really did. So just keep your mind rich, man. Keep telling yourself that you are of a rich mind, and you will be of a rich life. It will follow that mindset. Just keep the mindset consistent. Just keep telling yourself that, and then you got to work for it. You got to have actual... When you have the work, like for me, I used to get in my head, say, you're not going to be able to do it. Because I would say things and not do it I said I was going to do. So then when I said I was going to do something, a lot of times I didn't do it. Makes sense. It made 100% sense, right? Yeah. So you no. Honestly, I said that as I say the things that almost no one wants to say. Yeah. I just don't want to see death anywhere, man. Nobody deserves this. There's an innocent person in every single mix-up situation here, on every side of the fence. There's someone that doesn't vibe with the regime or the country they're with, and they're getting penalized for it. Like, if it was up to them, they'd have nothing to do with any of this. They'd be the first peacemaker in the game, and they're the one getting hit, or, something's happening, I have everything I need, my wife, kids, and a roof over my head, and make a very... Hey, man, I love what you... Mike, you're on the right journey, Mike. I love you. Hey, we both have things that millions of men don't have. A wife and kids, man. There's many a man that is going to eventually die with ever having a wonderful wife, man. It's true. Like, so if you have that, you have to think, you know, people take everything for granted. They don't realize whatever we have is so blessed. We're all so blessed to have what we have. Bitcoin looks like it wants more. I'm looking at 71.8. I just want to see some sideways price action so I don't chase. All right. My wife is pregnant with our first. Shout out to What's Minor. God bless you, man. We're so excited for you. That was the biggest time of my life, man. I'll always remember my first kid. It changed me, man. It pushed me from being a scared little boy into a man. I was never the same. Now, like, you know, more kids, bring them on. Then your next kid, you're like, why was I afraid to have kids? Now I can handle the kids. Like, you know, it's weird. Like, you change from someone that was afraid to being like, bring it on. You know what I mean? Like, a real man brings on more kids. Right? This looks interesting right now. Previous support is resistance, sideways price, 67.8. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Your daughter's going to beat upper echelon dudes. I hope so. That's the plan, right? But it doesn't mean everything's going to be great, you know. I just want to make sure the guy's a decent guy. That's all. Congrats, brother, on the inbound bundle. Being a father is amazing. Yeah, God bless to him. Thank you. And 3 white soldiers better March. Hey, I don't know. Like I told you, you want to see a dump the first week of March. You don't want to pump the first week of March. Then you're not going to have a wick on the monthly candle, and it's going to be kind of treachery. You really want to see a dump the first week of March. You want to dump back down to 60K if we can. And by Thursday, Friday of next week, we want to come up, close the candle with a wick. But whatever, that's just my sauce. You go with whatever you want to see. Exactly. Exactly. I want to see a vertical line to 1 million. Who doesn't? Just never stop. This thing is looking bullish, man. Every time I think it's going to cool off, the smaller time frame looks like it's going to take off. Look at the 5 minutes in a beautiful little flag here, touching the 21 above the 200, says it wants the moon. That could be the trade right there. You pick your time frame too, because sometimes it will be perfect on one time frame. You won't even see it on the other. Watching your video this morning and this evening, turned 20 into 300. Not bad for a newbie. I mean, you turned $20 into $300 watching my channel. And you took it yourself. But look at this big red area above us too at 69,000. That tells us 69 is coming, which usually thrushes us into the next level, which would be 70K. And then now you're saying, hey, maybe we could hit 71,000. It all starts to make sense. Okay. Anyway, I'm tuckered out here tonight. I went to the supermarket for the first time today by myself. I drove my car. I had to think how I was going to do it. I had to plan it out. I had to push the cart in front of me and then walk up to it, push the... I was going to film it. A man, and eventually the girl in the thing was like, can I take this to the car for you? I said, please do. And it's just so weird to see a woman carrying my bags for me. You know what I mean? Like, you're below a woman in society when you can't walk. You're below you know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm not below. I shouldn't say it like that. What I mean is normally I would hold the door for a woman. And that sounded weird. Like I think I'm higher than a woman. What I meant is like normally I would hold the door for a woman. I would ask her if I could help her with her bags. Like I'd see an older lady that's struggling and I'd say, hey, can I help you with that? It's weird for me to see a woman ask me for help. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all I meant to say. I didn't come across right. I hope I corrected myself there. I have a twin sister, an older sister, 3 daughters. I think women are beautiful and special beings. I don't think I'm better than them. I think we're equal in different ways. Like men have certain qualities, women have certain qualities. We complement each other. I don't know if to say we're not completely equal, but we complement each other. You see? That's how me and my wife look at it, and it works out. So. Anyway, I hope you're all falling into line here and seeing what's happening. I want to see this 15-minute turn into a flag. But it looks like we may get more pump here tonight. Just be careful. It is the weekend. It could just dump right down in 2 seconds. But because we're holding above the 200, we want to see the 21 come back into price action here. I'd watch our 15-minute time frame throughout the night. And I'll be back tomorrow morning to pick up where we left off. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I love you all. I appreciate everybody here on the stream. Thank you for letting me say how grateful I am every night. I hope it's not too much yapping, but I have to let out my gratitude. I think it's very important. And I got to be thankful that I have a YouTube channel and a place to go every single day, man. Without it, I don't know where I'd be or what I'd be doing with my life. So I have something to do with my life. You guys gave me a purpose and a plan. I'm going to keep coming back every day. I love you all. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. The secret to success is getting started, baby. You're not going to be great to start, but you got to start to be great. Hey. Master friend of the house. God bless you, brother. Crypto is live.